What's up, Batman fans? It's Tim here. Today I'm going to be doing a topic video for Batman Arkham Knight, the possible title for the fourth Arkham game. So overall, these are basically the villains I want to see in the very fourth Batman Arkham series game. So I have separated them into two categories, the story mode villains and the mission side villains. And let me just run through the story mode and then I'll explain each one. Scarecrow, Hush, Deathstroke, Mr. Freeze, Harley Quinn, Clayface, Poison Ivy. And that leaves me with the Robin, which would basically how Catwoman and Batman switch in City. Robin, Damian Wayne, and Batman would switch, and Robin would have to fight off Lady Shiva and Two-Face. So that leaves you with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 villains in story mode total. But I also want to see Azrael. So basically Azrael wouldn't start out as a villain, just a trained Batman, I guess you could say. And a whole Azrael storyline would be going on at the same time the Scarecrow and Hush storyline. And Scarecrow and Hush would basically be a team up of the two main villains. So two main storylines going on, the Azrael and Scarecrow and Hush. And then for my side mission, I would like to see Man-Bat, Calendar Man, Riddler, Prometheus, KG Beast, Solomon Grundy, and Owls. So what I mean by Owls is basically the Court of the Owls, but they only want to be mentioned as Owls as like the title of the side mission, because I want the Court of the Owls to lead into like the fifth game as the main villains and everything. So that's a longer story. Won't get into that mostly now. But anyway, for the story mode, how I would like it to work is Scarecrow and Hush are sort of the main two villains. They don't have to be technically working together, but both technically just seeking out to kill Batman. And you know, Hush has his reasons and Scarecrow has his, and I just think a boss battle with basically Scarecrow's whole fear gas and Hush just trying to attack you can just make an amazing boss battle. And of course I would like Deathstroke to return because he was amazing in Origins. I mean, I loved his boss battle. I thought it was like, it wasn't technically difficult, but it just involved lots of hitting, and I thought they could have done a lot more with it, because all these boss battles, they're just so in a closed space. I always wanted to see something that was more like attacking the person with an open world in front of you. Sort of like how in Arkham City, Batman had to track down that ninja and had to keep on following her. Almost something sort of like that, but you're trying to like kill the person or, you know, knock down the villain first. So I think basically an open world Deathstroke boss battle would make for an amazing, just like, I don't even care if it doesn't make sense. I just want to see Deathstroke come back in the story mode. And I also want to see Mr. Freeze, because Mr. Freeze, best boss battle, no, without a doubt, in the Arkham series. I mean, of course, Origins had their, you know, good boss battles, but Mr. Freeze definitely had one of the best boss battles, and I would love for him to return. And of course, one of the most important, I want to see Harley Quinn. Now, like, people are like, okay, the Joker's dead, but Harley Quinn's not dead. Harley Quinn's still going to be grieving over the Joker's death, probably not nearly as much, because, you know, they sort of had like the Harley Quinn DLC to prove that, like, okay, she's pissed off still, and I liked how they had, you know, Robin come after her. But I would like to see Harley Quinn. Now, I have two options they could go. In Route 1, Harley Quinn could become a good person, which they sort of did in Injustice Gods Among Us, where Joker died or whatever, and Harley Quinn was like, kind of became like a hero, I guess you could say. Now, I guess if they went that route, it would be pretty interesting to see how they would go with that, and see how Batman and Harley Quinn would meet and be like, okay, we're like actually on the same page here. Or, and then of course in a later game when the Joker finally does return somehow, Harley Quinn becomes bad again. Or they could just go with another route where Harley Quinn's just maybe working with Scarecrow, like he killed Mr. J, you know, like she needs to get her revenge. And then I would like to see Clayface and Poison Ivy as one, basically. Now, Poison Ivy in some comics has actually, you know, I think it was in the New 52 Detective Comics, used her plant controlling thing to control Clayface. I thought that would be pretty interesting to see, like, okay, you're battling Clayface, and then you realize that Poison Ivy is actually behind it. So those two would be working together also. And like I said before, the Damian Wayne and Robin switch up would happen, where basically Robin, between the story mode of Batman, you would phase to Robin, where he would have to fight Lady Shiva. Now, in the comics, Lady Shiva actually trained Tim Drake and fought Dick Grayson, and Lady Shiva has a pretty good history with the Robins of the comic book, so I thought it would be pretty interesting to see her fight Damian Wayne in the video game. And then, of course, Robin would move on to fight Two-Face, who I honestly don't think got enough recognition in Arkham City at all. He didn't really have a boss battle, and he was just basically in the beginning of the game to show Catwoman. So honestly, I want Two-Face to fight Damian Wayne head on, be honest. And Damian Wayne can obviously, I don't know, find some way to block Two-Face's bullets, or just, you know, a cool little boss battle. I'd rather see a big boss battle with him and Lady Shiva, though, and make Two-Face a little bit lesser of importance. So, and then, of course, that moves on to my side missions, which I want to see Man-Bat, Calendar Man, Riddler, Prometheus, KG Beast, Solomon Grundy, and Court of the Owls. I think I just mentioned, like, 7 people, or 7 villains, and I would like Court of the Owls to be one of the larger side missions, I guess you could say. And then of course the Riddler, I don't know, can work the same with his trophies and also have a large side mission. But I would like to see 12 side missions instead of the original like 8 I think they have. But that's only just 7 characters I mentioned. Of course there's more, but that's just the main 7 I want to see. So first off is Man-Bat. Man-Bat we haven't seen in basically at all in the game. I don't think we have a reference towards him. And I just thought it would be pretty interesting to see Batman fight another character who can fly, sort of like how Batman had to fight Firefly. And then, of course, I want to see Calendar Man. I mean, we saw Calendar Man in, like, all the games, and he had a huge cameo in Origins. But I really want to see him in action, moving with his fat little body, and then Batman just knocking him out. I don't care how stupid the side mission is, just make it. Then, of course, the Riddler. Then that's when I want to see Prometheus, which is also another character that will be introduced in the story mode. And Prometheus is basically like an anti-Batman, just, you know, another side mission. And then I want to see KG Beast, who is sort of like an anti-Batman, but as a cyborg, because he has lots of gadgets. That would be also very interesting. Then I want to see Solomon Grundy. I love Solomon Grundy's boss battle so much in City. I just want to see him come back again. Just another boss battle. And then the Court of the Owls is the most interesting side mission I thought of. The reason being is I don't want them to actually mention the Court of the Owls, but I'd rather have it just be called Owls. Because really, Court of the Owls was such a great storyline in the New 52. I think it's so great that the 5th Arkham game should be almost dedicated to the Court of the Owls, as in having them as the main villain. Now, of course, I would not mind that all if they did it with Arkham Knight, or I really wouldn't mind them all if they just toned them down and made him just a smaller villain as a side mission like they could do here. But any side mission that could literally relate to Court of the Owls would be amazing to me, because I just love to see like characters in the New 52 appearing in different forms, because it's just so new. It's kind of interesting to be like, wow, that, like, I read that from the start, and now that it's even in a video game. So that's how it's kind of interesting to be like, oh my god, we're going to be seeing the Justice League War based on the New 52 series. So anyway, those are the villains I want to see in Batman Arkham Knight or Batman Arkham 4. Of course, I want to see references to a lot more, like Ra's al Ghul, the Joker. But those are just the main villains I want to see. I want to hear your villains in the comment section down below. And also, I'm giving away 2 giveaways for the Christmas season. I'm giving away a Batman Arkham Origins season pass and also a DC Collectibles action figures, which you can find in the comment section down below, the links to those videos. So anyway, comment, like, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.